I'm Clarke and I'm a dietitian and food lover. I've treated people living with cancer for over 25 years, and I'm here to talk about food and how the foods that you put inside your body can be a great ally when you're living with cancer. So today I'm in a cheese room of one of my favourite cheese shops to talk about how dairy foods can be useful when you're living with cancer. There has been a lot of conflicting evidence and conflicting stories in the newspapers about whether it's safe to eat dairy when you have cancer. There are books out there that say that dairy feeds cancer, or the hormones within dairy foods make your cancer even worse. The evidence just isn't there, so for now we just say that calcium-rich dairy foods should be part of your balanced diet. Some of the hormone treatments or the chemotherapy that you undergo when you're living with cancer can make your bones more at risk of being brittle. So you might be told by your care team to increase your calcium-rich foods. Cheese can be a great source of calcium, from the hard cheeses like a Parmesan or a cheddar, right the way through to a softer goat cheese. Sometimes when you're undergoing treatment, the idea of sitting down to a meal just feels too much. Dairy foods can just be a way of just gently easing some calories inside your body. If you're watching television or reading a book, you can just put a little selection of a few nibbly little foods. Pieces of cheese and biscuit could be an idea, or a little bit of yogurt and some fruit. If you're neutropenic, your care team might tell you that you should avoid the cheeses that just have more bacteria than usual. So that can be the blue cheeses, the soft cheeses, but that doesn't mean that things like a cream cheese from the supermarket, the majority of them are made from pasteurised milk, and they're completely fine for you to have unless your care team has said that you shouldn't have them. When you're undergoing cancer treatment, you can sometimes have a problem digesting high-fat foods, particularly if you've had a cancer that affects your gut. Dairy products like cheese can be quite high in fat. Rather than cutting something out, let's just try a few things just to see if we can just help you incorporate a food that you really love, but in a way that your body feels comfortable digesting it. And when we come to soft cheeses like a brie or a camembert, the fat largely sits within the rind of the cheese. So if you cut the rind off and then serve it with something like a whole grain cracker, not only does cutting the rind off reduce the fat content, but it also, when you're putting it with something like a whole grain biscuit, it makes it generally easier for a gut to digest. Some people, when they're undergoing cancer treatment, might just find that a lot of lactose just aggravates an overactive bowel. You might just want to keep a little food diary and just list the foods that you're having, and then how much you're having of it, and then what your body is feeling at that precise moment. And if you notice the particular lactose-containing foods like cheese, yogurt, milk, you might think, well, actually after those I don't feel so great inside my stomach or my digestive system. There are amazing other non-dairy milks out there, such as coconut milk, hemp milk, rice milk, oat milk. So check out the non-dairy alternatives. Some people can get very worried that soya, because it contains phytoestrogens, which are an estrogenic or estrogen-like substance, that if you have a specific type of cancer that's sensitive to hormones, you might think, well, I mustn't have any soya. That's actually not the case. The levels that most people have are completely below any level that would be a cause for concern.